Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things real estate and living your best life in North Idaho. Follow me on this video as we take a summer adventures on the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River. In this video, we will be going over one of Idaho's outdoor paradises. Visiting the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River in the summertime offers a unique experience full of natural beauty and outdoor activities. Here are some must-know things about spending the summer up the North Fork in Idaho, ensuring you make the most of your visit. Today, we're embarking on a summer journey along the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River, a place where water flows through ancient valleys and wildlife thrives under the Idaho sun. Join us as we float, fish, hike, and uncover the stories of this remarkable place. To get to the North Fork of Coeur d'Alene, head east on I-90 to the Kingston exit. There you will take the Coeur d'Alene River Road up, with the North Fork following the river for most of the journey. The North Fork in the summer is alive and vibrant, its waters swollen with snowmelt, offering us the perfect condition for floating. Did you know the river's flow can double during the summer, making it a favorite among people wanting to get out and float and enjoy the river? Now, some areas you're mostly going to want to just float with inner tubes. Down closer to Kingston, it does get a little deeper and you can kayak in that area. For floating the upper Coeur d'Alene River, there are several access points to the river, and you can get some maps from the Forest Service to see different access points. For floating the North Fork, a lot of people go up there on the weekends. It can get very, very packed. The most popular spots are the Bumblebee Bridge access point onto just down to the swinging bridge. You'll see there's a rope swing there. Be sure to check water levels before you head out. If you're going between that Bumblebee area and the bridge, you should be fine. As it warms up and there's less snow melt, less water, there are some points that you can get to where you will have to get out of your tube and walk. Watch for fallen trees in the river because they can be hazardous, for obstacles to have to go around, and also for hazards for popping tubes. A few tips when floating the North Fork: make sure you know where you're going to park and go with a few people. It is better to have two vehicles up there, one that you're going to park where you're going to want to get out and end your float, and then one to take everybody up to where you're going to begin. Always wear a life jacket when floating, regardless of your swimming ability. It's always wise to bring along a whistle for emergency communication and waterproof bags to keep your valuables and electronics safe. Be aware too that most of the time that you will be floating, unless you're below Bumblebee, it will be very limited on cell phone service. Mosquitoes and biting flies can be prevalent, especially near the water. Use insect repellent and consider wearing light long sleeve shirts and pants if the bugs are bothersome to you. Familiarize yourself with local regulations, including any permits required, open and closed sections of the river, and rules regarding alcohol consumption. Know where you can legally put in and take out your flotation devices. Respect private property along the river. Keep the river clean by packing out all your trash. Avoid using glass containers and bring along a trash bag. Be mindful of the environment and the wildlife by staying on designated routes and areas. Bring plenty of water and some snacks for the trip. Floating can be more physically demanding than it seems, and staying hydrated is critical on hot summer days. Wear quick-drying clothes and suitable footwear that stays on securely, such as water shoes or old sneakers. Avoid flip-flops as they can easily come off and get lost in the river. There are also very sharp rocks, so the closed-toed shoes, sneakers, are better for floating. By keeping these points in mind, floaters on the North Fork can enjoy a memorable and safe outing amidst some of Idaho's most beautiful natural settings. The North Fork is renowned for its excellent fishing, particularly for cutthroat trout. Summer brings about the best conditions for fly fishing as the water flows are ideal. Be aware of local fishing regulations and consider catch and release practices. Be sure you do check the fishing regulations as to what you're allowed to use up the river and catch and release, because there are quite a few restrictions. The trails around the North Fork are in full bloom during the summer, offering spectacular hiking and mountain biking experiences. Trails vary from easy walks along the river to challenging mountain paths, providing something for every skill level. Wildlife is more active during the summer months. Visitors might see deer, moose, and even an occasional bear. Bird watchers will enjoy spotting osprey and bald eagles. It's important to keep a safe distance from wildlife and to store food securely. One of my favorite hikes that I love to do in the summertime is hiking into Shadow Falls and Fern Falls. It's a cool, refreshing walk that leads to a picturesque falls. It's not too far, but definitely look at the maps and make sure you know where you're going, where you can park, and then where you will be hiking in. No visit to the North Fork is complete without a stop at the Snake Pit, one of Idaho's oldest restaurants, where history is served with every meal. Summer is a great time to experience the local dining at places like the Snake Pit, and to particular in community events, which often include festivals, local markets, and live music, providing a taste of local cultural and cuisine. Look into places such as Pritchard and Murray for more local events. Another one of our family's favorite spots going up there is the Spragpole Museum. It is located in Murray, adjacent to the Spragpole Inn, and it is a restaurant that also has a museum, an early gold rush artifacts. It's open year-round and typically open during business hours, but we love going there, maybe having a burger and a beer and walking around and seeing the old mining artifacts, logging artifacts. It's just a really cool place and different experience. It's important to practice leave no trace principles to help preserve the natural beauty of the area. This means packing out all your trash, staying on designated trails, and being mindful of the natural environment. Knowing these aspects will enhance your experience and help ensure that your visit to the North Fork during the summer is safe, enjoyable, and respectful of natural environment. A few other fun places to stop at or drive up to up the North Fork is the McGee Ranger Station. It's a historical site with log buildings used as a Forest Service ranger station until 1973. Now, let's look into some of the campgrounds that are up the North Fork that you could stay at, or also just resting stops. Big Hank Campground. You will have to pay a fee to stay there. Elevation is 2,800 feet. It's 20 miles north of Pritchard on paved Forest Service Road 208. The attractions are the Coeur d'Alene River, fishing, floating, and hiking. The facilities, it has 30 camping units and potable water. Berlin Flat Campground, also fee-based. Elevation 2,600 feet. 14 miles north of Pritchard, turn right. 7 miles up Shoshone Creek on Forest Service Road 412. The attractions are fishing. Facilities. It has 9 camping units and potable water. Kit Campground. This one is also fee-based. Elevation 2,550 feet. 11 miles north of Pritchard on paved Forest Service Road 208. Attractions are the Coeur d'Alene River, fishing, and floating. The facilities have 52 camping units, potable water, and outhouses. Shoshone Rest Stop, elevation 2,530 feet, 7 miles north of Pritchard on paved Forest Service Road 208. The facilities here are a dump station for holding tanks, toilets, and potable water. There's also a visitor center that you can look for more information. Reflections by the River. Our journey along the North Fork has been filled with adventure, tranquility, and connection. It's a reminder of the enduring beauty of Idaho's landscapes and the stories they hold. If you have enjoyed this adventure, subscribe for more and come to see the magic of the North Idaho for yourself. Remember, take only memories, leaving only footprints.